Tom, you've been doing this survey for 11 years now. This has to be an interesting survey you do. Why did you start?
We started it initially in order to get recognition for the Dykema Gossett M&A practice. It's a major practice area for the firm, and we thought what better way of increasing our knowledge and giving something back to the M&A market by developing interesting information about the status of the market.
Mergers and acquisitions or Dykema stock and trade?
Mergers and acquisitions are every day of the week, stock and trade.
Okay, you've made a name for yourself in this area, but the real question is the results this year. Are there surprises?
As in past years, every year there are surprises, and there are surprises this year.
What are those surprises?
I think the most surprising thing is we are in a market right now in M&A that is one of the hottest markets that we have had since 2007. We're going to surpass 2014 in market volume and deal volume this year. And what the survey results show is some weakening optimism amongst the deal makers, particularly in the United States. And that was a bit of a surprise to us because we expected with the hot market, people would see some continuation in that market.
Where do the mergers and acquisitions appear in the automobile industry? How did that show up in the report?
Yeah, I think what was really interesting on the automotive sector was in particular where they're coming from. So we had one question that asked people who ranked automotive as being a hot sector, where do they think is driving that marketplace? And what was interesting was consolidation in the middle market was really what was driving that marketplace, which is consistent with what we're seeing in our practice every day. It is the, not necessarily the big three or the large automotives who are driving it, but it's that next tier down of suppliers who's driving activities. And it's a hot market. Private equity is in the automotive market these days in big time, and they see that ability to make lots of money. It's a great industry, and I think that's just driving the market here, in a great deal.
And how does your survey grade the overall climate for M&A right now?
So interestingly, it was down this year. So the overall U.S. and global market, the outlook for next year was down almost 20 points compared to last year. So it was about 37% of respondents thought that the M&A market would improve in the next 12 months, and that was 57% last year. So that was quite a large decline. And the other thing that we saw was on the negative side, people who think that it is going to decline in the next year. That was up to 20% compared to just 9% last year. And these are some of the highest numbers of negativity that we've seen really in the last few years. And so again, that was a little bit of a surprise to us and some concern out there. Our view is people don't think that this market can last forever, and the question is, how long can the dance continue at the level that it continued during 2015?
Now, do you translate that to the overall economy, and if you do, what does that say about our economy?
Yes, it was really interesting as well that the economy went the same way. That the outlook for the U.S. economy in the next 12 months, the number of positive respondents was down significantly this year versus last year. I think something in the neighborhood of 40%, which was quite a bit of a decline. And the same thing, the negative on the U.S. economy was up markedly. And when we actually compared those two results to one another, what we found was the people who were positive on the economy were positive on U.S. M&A, and negative on the economy, negative on U.S. M&A, which makes sense, but it was interesting to see the correlation between the two views out there. So lots of optimism out there, but a lot of concern about what's to come in the next 12 months.
Congratulations on your results and your continued work. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much, Bob.
Right.
Appreciate talking to you.
All right.